My name is Rick Rare,
Yeah.
and I am the CEO of the Youth Opportunity Center.
What sort of services do you provide besides education?
Yeah. Well, kids come to us when there's significant problems. So we're one intervention that's a more significant intervention. So, early as kids are identified to have behavior problems or emotional problems, they would be referred to different services. If those problems are really severe, then there's a removal from the home and placed here, where we will work on teaching kids just basic self-care. Try to help them learn behavioral appropriate reactions to their environment and stimuli. We'll help them therapeutically by providing counseling services, and then we'll also work with the families as well to provide the families counseling and then a gradual transition process to go home.
What are sort of the things that students here come, when they come here, what are some of the things they sort of deal with? You talk about emotional problems. What sort of
the profile.
Basic profile of a student here.
First of all, a lot of our kids have diagnosable psychiatric problems. They also come with us with a lot of trauma. That means that most have experienced abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, seen it, or experienced it. Significant neglect, significant abuse. So there's a whole therapy that deals with kids and how they process trauma. They're going to react differently because they've been in chaotic situations. Well, oftentimes they'll try to create a chaotic situation because it's what they're used to, and there's something on the other side of it. We have a lot of kids that experience sexual dysfunction, sexual abuse, sexual behaviors that are inappropriate for a variety of reasons. They've been exposed to it, they've been abused themselves, those types of things. It's significant, and getting worse, and then we have substance issues, so.
Obviously you have kids who come here and then from certain backgrounds, and then I assume the ultimate goal is for them to re-enter another school system or
Back home.
society, back home. Typically, how many kids do you think, how many kids have been able to do that? Is it like 100%? Is it like 70%?
So what people want to hear when they ask us that question is they want to hear that we're a car wash. Is basically what they want to most times. And this is when I go out and speak in front of people, this is the analogy I use. Bad kid for 15 years, come to a program for 5 months, go through the program at the other side, and now be a well-adjusted, societally appropriate young person. The likelihood that that's going to happen after 15 years of being modeled violence, aggression, no learning habits, being behind in school, being exposed to trauma, all that kind of stuff, sexual abuse, and then being, after 5 months, perfectly adaptable, and now you're going to get A's and B's and not have any problems, is probably not realistic. Right? So how we tend to look at that is there's a measurement on the number of negative life events that's going on in a child's life. So things like how are they doing behaviorally relative to other people breaking the law, having traumatic events. So that's measured. How are they doing educationally? Are they improving educationally? Are they attending educationally? That's part of that. The other piece of that is basically a process that we go through that the first things that we want kids to understand is what's happened to them. So there's a process of, if it was me, Rick, do you know why you're here, and what is it about your circumstances that have you be removed from your home? And so kids learn how to articulate that and try to process that, and then as they move on in the next steps, then we want them to kind of accept it. So to not wish it away, to not project it onto others, that this is real. This is who I am, this is where I am, this is my environment, these are my strengths I work with, so it's real. So then we want them to start trying to understand a little bit about what they can do about it.
Okay.
Okay, so from acceptance to processing to try to give them some control. So
Okay.
to improve things, what can we work on together? So they participate in that process.
All right.
And then after that, and then we want them to master some skills, and talk about that, and then try to vision next steps and move out.